What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 6, Episode 30. So, we start this episode off. The wedding is over. We see Sean and TT down on the beach, sort of recapping, talking about, how well the wedding went and how great everything is, and her ring is fabulous and glistening in the sun. And then he says, listen, I didn't know your mama was going to read that letter from Pepper at the reception. She said, me either, but and then she told him about how Pep had reached out to him after, reached out to her and sent her that, that email at the while she was getting ready. And he said, listen, I think, Pep made the first step. I think it's time for you to respond. Like you need to reach out to her. And TT was still trying to come up with some excuses, and he was like, no, listen. Yes. Could she have done it sooner? Sure. Could she have avoided it happening and getting to this point? Great. But she didn't. But we're here. She did reach out. You should reach out to her so y'all can talk and hopefully get past this. I know you miss your aunt. And she said, I do miss my aunt. And, she said, my family, Chris is kind of, he's kind of telling me what I need to do too. And so, I guess this is what I need to do. I guess this is what I'm going to do. Then we see that Sean and Brianna are in LA living their best life. Sean done flew out to flew out to visit her. They cooking meals for each other and everything. And he done invited her to the grandmama's 94th birthday celebration. He said, listen, I need you to work things out with my aunt. Like, he said, at the end of the day, we are all family. We don't all have to like each other. We don't all have to be friends. But we do have to be able to be in the same room with each other. If me and you are going to do this and we're going to try to be together and we're going to try to be a couple, then I need us to get to that place where I don't have to worry about inviting you to family functions and worry about it being an issue or being people feeling uncomfortable. And I just think it is so sweet to see this side of Brianna. Like, I hope this is real and I hope they're still together. But it looked like they really are doing this, right? They really are trying to make this work. He said he even already told Pep. He said, before you even really was giving me the time of day, I told Pep that I was interested, Come to find out, they met long time ago, and he was trying to reach out to her through the DMs, but she was like, I don't accept DMs from people that I don't follow, so sorry you wasn't getting through. Like, your messages weren't getting there. But they look like they really were vibing, and Brianna is, she said, listen, I don't know. She said, things got really heated between me and Pep, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. And he was like, well, just this is what I need. You my family. I mean, she my family, and family is important. So she was like, I think about it. I think about it. So then we see JoJo and Tanise. He planned a really nice romantic evening, her favorite meal, and he basically tells her, he says, listen, I'm sorry if I haven't been what you needed from me. I'm sorry if I didn't give you the support you needed or make you feel like you were supported and loved. He said, I know that sometimes I can be a little selfish. And so I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to make sure that you know that you are supported. And she, and she started crying, and then she apologized to him, and he was like, what are you apologizing for? She said, listen, I have not been the easiest person to get along with. Like, I have been struggling. She said, I know you can tell that I've been struggling. I have been struggling, and I probably didn't do the best job at expressing to you what I needed. She said, I was depressed, and I was dealing with postpartum. She said, I don't feel comfortable. I think a lot of it is, I'm not putting words in her mouth, but I felt like she was talking about, like, her weight, maybe the fact that she hasn't come off the baby weight yet, and just dealing with, it is adjustment. I've heard so many people talk about how much of an adjustment it is to go from one child to two. It doesn't matter if you have help. Doesn't matter if you have a husband that's around. Doesn't matter if you even have a nanny. There's just something extra about having a second child. And I can appreciate that JoJo said, listen, I know for me sometimes I know I can be a little selfish, and so I'm sorry, but I got your back. Because I do think sometimes JoJo be doing a lot. And the way this season started in the beginning, it was what about me, what about me, what about me. But I felt that it was cute, you know. Then he had the bath running for, you know, the bath set up for with the rose petals and the candles. I don't think they ever made it into that bath because they got the kissing and then he put the cameraman out. They might have got to that bath later, but I feel like they did some other things before they got to the bath. But I was happy to see them. I was glad to see it. Happy to see it. So then we see TT, Maureen, and Pepper meet, right? Maureen and TT were talking before Pep got there, and TT was like, "Listen, I'm gonna need you to have my back. Like, you always want to try to see things from both sides, and at this point, you already know what the other side is. And I'm going to need you to have my back in this moment. I'm going to need you to be here for me because Pep, Egypt always has Pep. No matter what Egypt does, Pep got her back. And I'm going to need a little bit of that from you today." Because she said, you know, you don't always check your sister. And Maureen was like, you know what, you right. You right. I could probably do a little bit more of that. You right. So Pep shows up, and I'm going to just go, listen, I don't have time because I feel like this is the third or fourth time we done had this Pep TT situation. Let me just break it down. At the end of the day, TT is hurt because TT feels like when stuff went down with her and Egypt and Sam, Pep always took Egypt's side, and that she feels like Egypt has crossed lines, and no matter what happens, no matter what the situation is, Pepper always takes Egypt's side. And Maureen looks at things from both sides of the coin. She doesn't always just look at one side. And TT was like, you know, I need somebody to have my back. Here's what's disturbing about the situation. Pep acknowledged, she said, you're right, you know, I tend to, you know, baby Egypt. I feel like that's my own guilt from the fact that, you know, I was on the road a lot while she was growing up and I wasn't there on a day-to-day basis. She said, but, you know, I don't want to raise her so that for her not to feel, you know, supported and feel like I'm there. See, that's part of the problem. You think you still raising her. Egypt is grown. Egypt is grown enough to have a whole boyfriend that got kids they live together. You're not still raising her. Whatever time has passed, ma'am. So what you can't do is, you know, from the beginning of this, and I said this going all the way back to when they first brought Egypt on this show, you act like that's your friend and not your child. And when they first put Egypt on this show, Egypt had just graduated from high school, or was her senior year in high school, because she had her little high school boyfriend at the time. You have always acted like Egypt is your friend and not your child. And when you said that, that's when I knew. I said, oh, well, that's the damn problem. Because you're talking as if you are still raising this woman. And again, like I said, she is a woman. She is not a child. But at the end of the day, Pepper, by the time they got done talking, Pepper said, you know what, you're right. I do that. And I need to be more discerning and defending Egypt and her behavior. And I don't even and Sam as well. But whatever. They agreed to, you know, the olive branch was extended. They're gonna move forward. I don't think TT holding her breath because I think TT feel like, because they were like, you need to talk to Egypt. You need to talk to Egypt. And she was like, I will. But both of them were like, Maureen and TT were like, but you're not. And I agree. She not. Anyway, back in LA, we see Lil Easy. He's on an outing with, you know, with the kids and with the wife, and he tells the wife that he wants to have like a celebration party of his dad. He said, you know, with everything going on with the documentary, it's sort of been like a cloud over his death, and so I just want to kind of just celebrate his life, and I want to invite everybody. And his wife was like, everybody? He said, yeah, everybody. And this is where you know the difference between men and women, because guys do not take into account who's getting along with who like who don't like who. And she was like, okay, but what about Tanise and Sequoia? What about Sequoia and Savannah? What about Egypt and all of them? Like, she was like, listen, we ain't all been together for a long time, and it's probably a good reason why we ain't all been in the same room. And I just feel like there's some things that need to be resolved and worked out, and situations need to be handled before we start talking about having a party. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. And he was like, oh, well, I mean, I ain't think about all that. I was just trying to have a party. And that is the difference between men and women. Anyway, we see, so then we see Lil Easy meeting up with Bones, Thugs, and Harmony, because this is when they were getting ready for their verses against 3-6 Mafia. Now, I'm not even going to sit here and tell you no lie. I guess Eric was invited to be a part of that. He was on stage with them representing his dad. I don't know if he rapped. I don't know if he DJ. I don't know if he just stood on stage with a mic. I don't know what he did because I didn't watch it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth. I didn't watch that versus. So whatever Eric did, that's great that they invited him to be a part of that. I'm glad that that worked out. That was cool. So then he's a Lazy, I guess, is a mentor for Sequoia. So they invite Sequoia down, and Sequoia meets the guys, and it's all great. Yeah. So then her and Eric get to have a conversation, and she tells Eric that she does want to squash things with Denise because she feels like it's a situation that just got out of hand. There was some miscommunication, and she's tired of playing telephone. She doesn't want the back and forth, the in between, who said what. She wants to just have a conversation. Now, my thing is, you halfway there because you already apologized to JoJo and he accepted your apology. So I feel like you could have the conversation with Denise at this point. Now, as far as them other two, Cree and Savannah, yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about them. I don't care about making up with them. Like she said, they really pulled some old bully bullshit when they kind of came at me the way they came at me. And I 100% agree. Like, the way they came at her was absolutely disrespectful, in my opinion. So we get to the birthday party down to Florida for Grandma, for Pepper's mama, Pepper and Maureen's mama, a.k.a. Egypt, and TT's grandmama, and Sean, grandmama. And Pepper's there, and everybody's there. Maureen looked nice, honey, with her little short fro. Well, we saw that in the other scene, too. And the family is all there. Now, Egypt isn't there. Y'all want to know why Egypt ain't there? Egypt ain't there because she ain't vaccinated. So, Egypt, you couldn't have come to the wedding anyway, even if you had gotten invited, because you ain't vaccinated. Even though they let Tyran come in, but I don't think they would have made them same concessions for you that they made for Tyran. But that's another conversation for another day. So, Egypt's not even there. Now, TT is there, and her and Pepper are in a better space, so of course they could be around each other and yada yada. But when Egypt comes on the screen, TT exits stage left. She said, listen, I'm around people all the time that I don't fuck with. And so I just remove myself from the situation. So while she on there talking to everybody and talking to the family, I don't need to be there. So she goes outside, and who come walking up? Brianna and Sean. And TT is like, oh, so this is a thing. This is real. And Bree is just a grinning and a blushing, and Sean is like, yeah, this my boo, and it is so cute to, like I said, it is so cute to see this side of Brianna. I just hope it's real, and Lord, I hope they still together, cause we know we filmed this a while ago. Okay, anyway, so he says, listen, I want you to talk to Pep. Now, when he brings her in the house and introduces her to everybody, of course, the look on Pep's face was, right? It was like the, what you doing here, Willis look. And Pep was like, so, okay. So they end up talking, and it ain't really no smoke. Like, you can tell when Bree is happy versus when Bree is going through some stuff. Because there's no smoke. Bree is like, listen, I think it was some miscommunication. I feel like, I know that maybe some things I said about Sam. She said, I'm just being honest with you. I don't like him. I don't like Sam. And honestly, I thought he was temporary. I didn't even think he was going to be around this long. So, yeah, I probably made some jokes that maybe weren't in the best of taste, that didn't land that well. That honestly, I didn't think was going to be a big deal because I didn't think he would still be around. Things with me and you, it just kind of went left, but I just really think it was just some miscommunication. I really don't think it was, there was no malice on my part. And they sort of made amends. They made up, and she talking about something, yeah, because, I'm going to be around family, hopefully I want to be a Miss Denton one day. And Pep was like, girl, good luck with that. Come to find out, he done met her family, her grandparents. She said that she wrote in her journal, she manifested him, that she was going to date herself a West Indian man. I mean, a whole thing. I said, okay, Bree, I see you, Bree. Again, I need to go down to her Instagram and see if they still together. Because now that this episode has aired, she might have posted some things. I don't know, because Bree don't hold her tongue. And whatever needs to be said, it will be said. So, hopefully they still together, because I just think they were real cute, and I feel like I saw a softer side of Miss Bree. But ultimately, the party was a success. Everybody was there. Nobody got into nothing. Nobody was arguing and fighting or whatever. And we'll see if this carries over into Egypt and TT making some sort of amends. Now, I don't think that Brianna and TT gonna make no amends because I don't think either one of them are interested in trying to make that happen, to be honest with you. So, I don't think that's gonna go down. But anyway, that was pretty much the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.